Yes.
So, they finally sent someone. 10 years. That's how long I've been warning the Order about what is happening in Mithros. 10 years. And what did they do? Nothing. Now Telogris has risen, and the rest of us race to keep Amalur from falling apart. Agarth, I didn't expect to see your face again. Not after what happened. I'm still not sorry. We go back, him and I. The old wars. Another life. He could show you some scars. A long time ago, I worked closely with the Order, until they refused to listen to my warnings. I left the Feylands and journeyed west, established a new forge in these mountains, and I kept watch. I do. You stink of fate magic. I can't say I'm happy to see you, considering you shouldn't exist. But it's fitting that you came. May the abomination who wrecked the weave be the one to repair it. Not that it will be easy, even for you. It depends on whom you ask. He is many things to many people. To the citizens of his city, of Crownhold, he is the true ruler of Amalur, a figure who will rebuild this war-torn land. To the refugees and settlers moving west to join him, he is a liberator, a figure who will free them from the bonds of fate. Yes, that is Telogris' true desire, to unbind us all. Perhaps you're right. There is enough for which to blame you. The unraveling of the weave, the rise of Octien, the breaking of the Fae. You've been unusually productive in your short time, Fateless One. But even now we waste time we don't have. Every day Telogris grows more powerful. Soon he will possess his human host entirely. We must hurry. Now that you're here, there's work to do, and a city to save. I knew him as Wolf, a boy from Yulven. He was my apprentice, and my responsibility. Wolf accompanied me on many expeditions into these caves and canyons. He was strong, resourceful. During one trek, Wolf and I became separated, and he vanished. I believed him dead, and I mourned him in the tradition of my people. Weeks later, he returned, different. I knew it was not the Wolf I knew. He had been taken, consumed. Farther west, in the ancient Mitharan city of Crownhold, its great temple has been occupied by his followers. It is a perversion that this grand Erothi city has become a haven for the followers of chaos. Many in Mithros see Telogris' words for what they are. Lies, meant to disrupt and deceive. Those who have been forced from their homes or wish to escape the occupation come here, to me. Soldiers, scholars, farmers, alchemists, even other blacksmiths. We are preparing to take this region back. Let me see it. Ah, of course. I know this blade well, because I crafted it. A chaos sword. My own invention. Ugly, but elegant in its own terrible way. I last saw this weapon in the hands of one of my apprentices. I often brought my apprentices with me into the Chaos Realm. It was foolhardy, and several paid with their lives. Sadly, weapons like this are all that remain of those loyal friends. Since then, I've been unable to reach the Chaos Realm again to procure the necessary metals. You'll need to master Chaos, its weapons, its magic, if you expect to face Telogris. Come, bring the sword, and I will show you.
Hey, got a few minutes? I hear you're the person to talk to if I need something done. The name's Lou Winfrey. You may have seen me around the smithy. I've been with Scold for longer than anybody. She and I used to smuggle weapons through the pass, back when she was trying to make coin and not trying to save the world. We've got a problem at the ponds. I need somebody who knows their way around a blade and won't wet themselves at the sight of a few fangs. Wolves. They use our ponds as a watering hole. We need fish, but anytime we get close, the damn wolves chase us off. Listen, I'd take care of it myself, but I'm only one man, and I don't want to bother the Crownhold Guard about something this silly. It's nothing you and I can't handle together. I had a feeling you would. You look like somebody who's seen a few scrapes. And don't worry, if things get a little scary, I'll be here to save your skin. Let's head out. Our fishery ponds are down the path below the cliffs. Keep your wits about you. Stay quiet. The wolves have gotten used to people coming here now. They strike when someone wanders too close. Smell that? That's them. A whole pack. Their leader is especially ferocious. Maybe if we kill him, the rest will scatter. But maybe not. We have to get rid of them before they make a permanent den and begin breeding. Are you ready? Seems you've done this before. I'm impressed. I'll put in a good word with Skull. That should be the last time we see those wolves. At least until the next pack discovers this water source. Here's something for your trouble. Listen, friend, I must be honest. I have something to confess. I may have brought you out here under false pretenses. It's true that the wolves have been a major problem, but their presence has brought a true predator into our midst. A troll. We believe the troll followed the wolves here to hunt them, only to realize that we're the much easier prey. Slower, more easily scared. If you're willing to venture a little farther into the forest and rid us of our true problem, we would all be eternally grateful. And we'd show it with gold. Every morning I woke to see the city towering over our land, like a sentry protecting us. Now with Telogris on the throne, I feel watched, followed. That beautiful city now casts a terrifying shadow. We Winfreys built Crownhold's first fisheries and farms, settling the lake region so the first Mytharans could stay permanently. I spent my childhood running these paths and canyons. Leaving the city was the hardest thing I've ever done. But I believe in Skald, and we're going to take back Crownhold someday. Or die trying. My gran raised me on the stories of our people, of the breaking of the pact with the Arathi, and our flight into the mountains. For 1,000 years, we became one with these mountains. We built great towers and dwelled within our royal city. Until Telogris came. Everybody in these mountains knows Skald. She's been a guide, a smuggler, a fighter, even a diplomat when the need calls for it. It was Skald who negotiated the treaties with the hill tribes a few years back, stopped the raids in the west, saved the city's whole supply chain. She's more than a blacksmith. She's got mountain streams in her blood, a will like a vein of iron. Niskaru emerged a year ago, a vanguard for their master. It was only recently that the Chaos King made his terrible entrance. That shows you how swiftly we fell. The kingdom was overrun, and the king, may Mutharu bless him, ordered the royal guards into the mountains. Now cutthroats and devils roam the streets of Crownhold, where once our children danced beneath the stars. I had faith in you, my friend, but having hope wasn't easy. I've only ever seen a troll once, and that was across a chasm. That was scary enough for me to never want to see one again. Take this. It's not a lot, but it's all we can spare.
Hello, my friend. Take this. The Chaos Flame. I stole it from Ishara with my own hands, sacrificing my greatest tools to ensure Telogris' destruction. Use that forge. Bring the flame that'll be Telogris' undoing. Beautifully done. Only I could have done it better. You may be faithless, but you still have much to learn. About magic, about war with Telogris. I will now repair the sword for you. Or do you want me to forge it into a different weapon instead? From this core, I could also create a staff or daggers. Understood. I will begin forging your weapon at once. Here is your weapon. Keep it close. Only those weapons forged in chaos magic will be of any use to you against our new enemies. Thousands of years ago, the first Niskaru hunters weaponized chaos magic. Swords, shields, hammers, armors. All the martial equipment used by mortals. It is the only way for us to stand a chance against Telogris' brood. Wait. What was that? It seems we have some unwanted guests in the forge. Stay close. Miss Scaru. Sometimes they find their way in, the sneaky little demons. They're nearly indestructible, unless you know how to get past the defenses. Your chaos weapon will make short work of them. Hello, my friend. That weapon is useless. You need your chaos weapon. Use your chaos sword. It is the only way to breach their magic. That weapon is useless. You need your... Okay. You're a good fighter and a quick study, but you have a long way to go before you master chaos magic. The forge is defended by numerous barriers and defenses, but still, they find us. I worry about the future. Enough about that. I will handle your chaos training, and the chaos creatures will keep your combat skills honed. We have much to do. It will take time and courage, but the best way to understand chaos is to destroy it. That means closing rifts and portals whenever and wherever you find them. I've spent years capturing and studying all manner of chaos creatures. Facing them in battle is the best way to understand their weaknesses. Defeating my chaos beasts will prove to me that you're worthy. Their chaos hide is similar to the armor worn by Telogris. If you can't beat them, you still have much work to do. You're one of the final pieces in my plot to thwart Telogris, and I will need your help assembling the rest. A sagecrafter named Callan MacLeod has made a great discovery. I've seen it in my readings. He's on the verge of using chaos magic in sagecrafting, but he may not live long enough to do it. You have to find him and bring him here. That's your mission. That rusty sword you brought with you, you found it in the Chaos Realm, didn't you? Tell me, Fateless One, what else did you see in that cursed landscape? Yes, I call it a Chaos Node, and I believe its purpose is to ensure the dungeon's integrity. Even more important is what's contained within them, a magical substance dubbed Chaos Matter. Chaos Matter is vital to defeating Telogris, and the only way to obtain it is to destroy and harvest these Chaos Nodes. Chaos weapons can be forged from Chaos Matter, and these enchanted weapons may be the only thing that can harm Telogris. When I forged your new weapon, I did so by extracting Chaos Matter from that broken sword you found in the Chaos Realm. Unfortunately, it was rusty and impure, which greatly limited what I could produce from it. If you bring me pure Chaos Matter, obtained directly from a Chaos Node, I can forge any kind of Chaos weapon core you wish. If you're not in a hurry, I suggest giving it a try before continuing with your mission. Bye. Hello.
Hey there. Scald's been busy. I'm going to find a way to pitch in. Your job awaits in Crownhold. Listen, Scald's missions are important, but none of them will matter if you don't close the portals. To kill the chaos, you must aim for the heart. Enter them, find their centers, and destroy the nodes that give them life. Bring the mangled chaos hearts to me, and I will dispose of them properly. We must ensure that this never happens again. Good, good. Give them here. I had a feeling you were making progress. I can feel it in the air. Order being restored. Make me proud.
touch him! Haven't you done enough? I'd take a blade to every one of you, but it wouldn't do any good. Not with your protection. You disgust me. If only that were true, it shouldn't surprise me at all. The preordained would kill anyone, even a sweet old crafter like him. Not like you've ever needed a reason to murder. Bloody animals. Are you playing ignorant with me? My master, Callan MacLeod, the man inside on the floor, he was killed by your people. Never harmed a soul, that man. He was a teacher, a craftsman, and like a father to me. Sadly, I do. Your brothers and sisters have terrorized our city for months, kidnapping mages, killing scholars. It's a wonder we can still get through our days with any dignity. Well, you don't look like one of them. You lack the sign of Fateful, the scar marking each convert. Perhaps I should believe you. Trust? Imagine that in Crownhold. Tell me, stranger, what do you see when you look inside our workshop? What does Master MacLeod reveal to us from beyond the grave? Good riddance. Let me see that. Do you know what this is? These scratches, this script. It's old Mitharan. No one has used this language in over 500 years. What was the Master doing with these writings? Our ancestors recorded everything. With the Arathi gone, they had no choice but to cling to what they'd learned. Some of the world's most precious knowledge is encoded in this language. It's very possible pages like these are usually kept in the Great Library. The preordained detest our culture, but they seek to understand it, so they can destroy it.
If Master MacLeod had made a discovery, those killers would have wanted to know about it.
Unfortunately, no. There are only a few scholars with that specialized knowledge. Many of them have died or been killed in recent months. But I know one, Old Tormin. He may be able to help. I can take you to him, but I can't make any promises for Tormin. He's a crazy old wizard. See you.
Hello. If you want to help, bring me Callan MacLeod. Goodbye. I must discover. The secret to sage crafting with chaos magic.
We were close friends once, before he chose to fight me for control of the Fate Weavers. That was another life.
Its existence is an open secret in Amalur. It has ruled the mountain roads of Mithros since the days of the Durak. When Telogris came, he deposed the royal family and occupied the city. Many of its people found their way here.
They come from Crow Peak, Gale Crossing, and beyond, all over Mithros, but most are refugees from the city of Crownhold.
Together we will oust Telogris from his perch. I've journeyed all across this vast world, and the generosity and strength of its people never cease to amaze me. I was a pirate once. a fate weaver, a soldier, a war-sworn shield. I've been many things, but none of them seem to stick. My true calling is the forge, where the coals speak to me in sighs and whispers. I tried to keep the peace with Ambith, Arden, and the others, but it was not in the cards, as they say. My destiny lay elsewhere. Here. A mad god masquerading as a man, as a savior. His possession of my apprentice Wolf says it all. Telogris cares nothing for the people of Amalur, only for that which he can possess.
Wolf Godfrey was my apprentice, but that loyal boy is long gone. He was possessed by Telogris, the Chaos God.
Goodbye. I must discover the secret. Quit to sage crafting with chaos magic. Farewell. If you want to help, bring me Cullen. Farewell.
there. Do you need what? Quick, give him here. It's our room.
What is it? I'm a very busy man. Mina? Who are you? And why are you here with my daughter? What have you done? We grew up in the university together, in Crownhold, but that was years ago. He pursued the rites of the Order of Mitharu, wished to know all the secrets. I, however, chose a different path. His flirtation with the divine, with forces beyond our control, are bound to get him into trouble. I've warned him for years. Yes, I do. There are not many of us left, I'm afraid. Scholars of our people fade away like words on a page. The messages our people sent us from the distant past must not be forgotten. Tragically, few care to listen. Visits from my daughter are surprisingly rare, and usually not with the purpose of seeing me. She made her choice long ago, chose to let our differences drive us apart. Now she only seeks my company when she has a question or when her master demands it. If only I could read Mina as easily as these old books. Interesting. May I see them? Careful now. Yes, I recognize these notes. Callan brought them to me several weeks ago. They describe a relic, a forger's instrument. Arathi smiths are legendary for their peculiar methods of crafting and shaping, but most of their tools are lost to us. This passage describes the location of one of these tools, Synock's Eye, an enchanted gem or relic of some sort. The text describes a gateway, but I do not recognize the name. A chaos portal. The physical description could match Crow Peak. It's not far, but it is dangerous. Me? No. I swore off such games years ago. I'm an old man. I have no time for quests and relics. I tried to tell Callan the same, but did he ever listen to me? No, never. Killed? As in, murdered? How many times did I tell him to cease his futile searches, to give up searching for the wisdom of the Arathi? They left us for a reason. Mortals are wicked and undeserving. We've been left to fend for ourselves. The preordained are only a threat if you disobey. They can be bargained with. If you intend to seek Synock's Eye, you will need to be careful. If the preordained are looking for these pages, they will be looking for you. I implore you, for your sake and for the sake of my daughter, give it to them. They will see reason. They will not harm you. It's the only way.
How wonderful. We're all making new friends. Fadeless One, you are certainly finding yourself in some interesting situations. It's almost as if you're sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Too bad you can't trust old Tormen. The old fool knows better than to lie to our Chaos Lord. Can't say the same for his daughter. He's been in our pocket since day one, fed us information, kept us informed. My guess? Well, he thought that helping the preordained would ensure his safety, and the safety of his kid. What do you think? We do not. But do not think for a moment that we will let you have it. Cease your reckless quest, and we may let you live. Unlikely, but possible. Leave Synoc's eye to the chaos, and go back to where you came from. I will let you walk away unharmed. You have my word. Oh, I beg to disagree. We cannot allow such a powerful artifact to fall into your hands. Ownership can be a tricky thing. Changes in the blink of an eye, in the release of an arrow, in a last breath.
You're mine.
I can't believe it. Dad turned us over to those savages. How could anyone do that? To keep me safe, maybe. But at what price? Did he even realize they would kill me? That he'd sealed my fate with his betrayal? I guess none of us are spared such a reckoning. How can I return to Crownhold like this? To Gale Crossing? The Master dead. My father an informant and a liar. Where is the future for me here? I must think about my next moves. My whole life has been turned upside down. It's all too much to comprehend. Dad, the preordained. Master MacLeod, you have been kind to me, stranger, and more patient than I deserve. But it's time that we parted ways. The next chapter of my life awaits, and I have a lot to think about. It's terrifying, really. You must get Synoc's eye someplace safe. Not a bad idea. Crownhold will need a new sagecrafter, though I'm a long way from becoming a master. We all start somewhere, I suppose. I can keep up the old man's legacy. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Thank you. Goodbye. Maybe our paths will cross again.
See you.
Hey there. You've got your orders. I'll stay here. I knew you could do it. You can do this.
Hello. Thank Mitharu. I was beginning to worry. I couldn't bear the anguish of losing another. Not after Wolf. I heard about Callan MacLeod. It's a pity. He was a kind, gentle man, and he will be missed. So, what has he brought us? Fascinating. This instrument may be the key to unlocking chaos in sagecrafting. Use it on my altar and see what happens. Goodbye. Losing MacLeod was a tragedy, but his sacrifice wasn't in vain. With the ability to combine gems and chaos weapons, we can bring the fight to Telogris for the first time, but only if you're feeling ready for—
I must be honest. Your current chaos weapon won't be a match for Telogris, but there is a way to change that. It seems paradoxical, but the influence of the Chaos Realm itself is what hinders their potential. So you must find Chaos portals and close them. However, the weapons won't reach their new potential right away. You need to salvage and reforge them first. Don't worry. Chaos weapons are tough. No matter how often you salvage them, you will always retain the necessary weapons core. Travel across Amalur and close chaos portals, and then salvage your weapons and recraft them. Only then will you possess chaos weapons powerful enough to face Telogris. If that's too much work, ask my apprentice Jock. He could certainly use the practice. Of course, you will probably achieve the best result if you do it yourself, but if you're too lazy to do your own work, that's your decision. What do you say? Care to test your mettle against my chaos beasts? They've been hungry for their chance.
Goodbye. You surprise me, Fateless One. Each time I send you into danger that would surely kill another, you emerge unscathed. Not to say I'm impressed, no. Curious is more the word. Curious how the gnome crafted such a servant. One who would do his bidding. You must know by now that our world, our lives, are shaped by conspiracies, by great figures intent on imposing their will upon us. I was there, of course, with Hughes, with Agarth. Did you think those gnomes fashioned that mad device all by themselves? There is no other Master Smith, Fateless One. Only me. I gazed down at your lifeless face and wept. Tragically, that's all you are. All you were ever meant to be. An avatar for those who are more powerful. But being a servant means you have a task. And once that task is over, freedom. You must feel it, Fateless One. The sweet hint of a life beyond this one. A life free from fighting, from running, from questing. Only when you stop doing the bidding of others will you master anything. Even now, you follow my instructions. You look to me for answers, but your time is coming. I've read it in the threads, seen it in my own bitter end. You're right. I'm no scholar. I have no business filling your ear with nonsense. We have work to do. Our weapons will accept chaos magic now, but our bodies still wilt at its touch. You need to learn how to brew chaos potions, to allow you to control this power and how to defend against it.
Unfortunately, Mithros has no master alchemist, no one to recruit for our resistance efforts.
However, there is a book, old, locked away in the great library of Crownhold. It may contain the secrets we seek. Speak with Wynne Ashman. In happier times, she curated the library's rare collections. Goodbye.
I wondered if you'd make your way to me eventually. The Arathi whispered of your coming. I know who you are. What kind of scholar would I be if I did not recognize a Fateless One? Your secret is safe with me. We have ruled these mountains for nearly 3,000 years, shaping the cliffs and canyons with our dreams and our determination. 3,000 years undone by a single year of struggle. How our ancestors would shiver at what was lost to Telogris. It has been my pleasure to curate the collections for the last 50 years, responsibility held by my father before me, and his mother before him. These works, many of them from the time of the city's birth, are unique among the libraries of Amalur. The Angels of Order possess a unique place in our culture, and their spirits haunt us throughout our long history. In all time, Mitharu has only blessed one people with a touch of his divine guidance. Us. He is the wrathful antithesis of everything we Mitharans hold dear. He seeks only to tear down, to disrupt. And as a man, he is far crueler than I would have ever expected. I spent my childhood behind my father's desk, book in hand, lost in the tales of Mother Glass. It was the mighty Foremother who inspired me to plunge deeper into the history of our people, our flight from the West. Why am I not surprised? Skald Atlas sent you, didn't she? I knew this day would come. Of all the treasures in the Crownhold Library, the Tome of Synthesis would interest her most. She has tried many times to purchase it, even convinced me to wager it in a drunken game of knuckles. What she didn't realize is that I am a masterful knuckles player. Listen to me, friend. The Tome of Synthesis is heavily guarded. You won't stand a chance against the Preordained. It's located in the Forbidden Stacks vault of the library, but that's all I can say. It's too dangerous to get involved. One of the library's original texts, a scroll written in the Arathi's own Quaternion hand, and later expanded by the sagest Mitharan minds. Its contents include the oldest known reports and examinations of chaos magic, the most forbidden of all knowledge. I'm glad you think so. Telogris has been torturing all scholars and magic experts, hoping to learn more about the Arathi. If you have any hope of reaching the Forbidden Stacks, you will need to fight the guards and steal their key. Good luck. May Mitharu watch over you in your quest. Farewell, my friend.
Yes, what is it?
Out of my way. Keep walking. We have nothing to say to each other.
I'm not here to babyssit. Be on good behavior, and you'll have nothing to worry about.
Behave.
I've rotted away in this library long enough. There is more out
Hello there.
That crook very sure is
I've rotted.
Hello there.
Greetings.
Stay out of trouble. I'm not here to babysit. Be on good behavior, and you'll have nothing. Hello there.
Hey there. They have you rummaging through books now. I knew you could do it.
I'm here. Took you long enough. Have some trouble in the stack? Let's see what you brought me. Yes, this is the one. Excellent work. With the Tome of Synthesis, you should be able to fashion chaos potions. If you have the right ingredients, of course. Watch your back. You may use my bench. It is time, Fateless One. The pieces are falling into place. Watch your back. Are you finished? Show me what you've done. Look at that. Beautiful. As restless as its chaos namesake, and in the wrong hands, just as dangerous. You know what's next, don't you?
My Chaos pets are itching for a rematch. Show them you haven't gotten soft since your last encounter.
Goodbye. You've done as I asked, and if you were anyone else, I would have no right to ask for any more. But you're the only one who can see this quest through to the end. Others could try, but they'd most certainly fail. This belongs to you alone. I wonder, have you tired of these patterns? Kill, loot, grow stronger, kill, loot, grow stronger. Perhaps that's the drudgery, the mundane shackles of life from which Telogris wishes to free us. Tell me, have you heard the tale of the Fatesworn? Good. You understand the importance of stories. Like the Fae, we must let the wisdom of our experiences guide us if we hope to set this world right again. You see, there was one story that never died. A story of hope. Generations ago, before the Empire of Erethel came apart and the Arathi fled, Amalur enjoyed an era of great harmony, of order. Not only did the Arathi themselves walk alongside us, but they had trained an elite band of warriors to accompany them. They called themselves the Fatesworn. It was Amalur's first true civilization, a society of gods and mortals, Arathi and human, side by side. But we all know of humanity's talent for destruction, for sabotaging its own good fortune. They turn their strength against the greatest threat, one another. After the fall of the Empire of Erethel, humanity tore itself apart through tribal warfare. The Fatesworn became soldiers for hire, mercenaries, fighting beasts of chaos only when it pays well. A Fate Weaver fought among them, Lena of Myria. During one reading, she discovered a truth about the group. All of them shared the same destiny, to die together for the sake of their cause. And despite this tragic vision, the heroes swore to uphold their fate and enter into it without fear. They swore themselves to an honorable end for the good of Amalur. Perhaps the only way for a fate to happen is for us to believe it will. Always ready to fight. I'd admire that impulse if it wasn't always leading you into trouble. We are close to facing Telogris, but no one, not even you, Fateless One, can go near him. Not yet. His palace in Crownhold is surrounded by a chaos barrier that would tear apart a lesser mortal. For you, madness maybe? Disintegration? Before you attempt any assault on Telogris, you must be able to pass through that barrier and survive. You need protection. Armor built exclusively for this purpose, to withstand the power of the Chaos God. Its creators called it the Hope of the Fatesworn, and it is engraved with the most powerful of Arathi runes, Loki of Order Magic. It was meant for a warrior who would face Telogris in direct combat, and I believe that warrior is you.
It is a common mountain saying, if you wish to hide a tree, put it in a forest. The Chaos Realm was the last place Telogris would look for the armor.
It is said to be scattered across Ashara, the realm of magic, but no one quite knows where. Luckily, the Fatesworn left us with a method to track the pieces. This is the last mission. You have my word. Before they departed this world, the Arathi left a magical device in the care of the Fatesworn. It has been passed down for centuries, and eventually, it found its way into my hands.
And from my hands into yours.
The Arathi Nexus. It will lead you to the armor we seek. Farewell.
Ah, I wondered if you and I would ever cross paths again. Our last little adventure was quite the pleasure. Listen, there's a little matter with which I need some assistance. Normally I wouldn't ask, but there are so few people that I trust here in Mithros. In finishing my papers on the Mithralis, I've made several other significant discoveries. I must archive my notes with the closest library to claim the findings. I'd go myself, but these short legs make for slow progress. Care to make a short journey to the city of Crownhold? The ancient stones tell a different tale than the one Telogris spins. The Unbound Path speaks of another figure who will free mortals from their fate. Except this figure offers true freedom, not the kind of reckless terror true chaos brings. There is much to learn, and I'm only getting started. Wonderful. It really isn't a long journey, but it's fraught with danger. You'd best be on your guard. There is a Dogelfar working in the Great Library, Savant Reen. He's a notable scholar, and he can be trusted. Goodbye, my friend.
Keep you...
The Light One.
No one had seen King Raynor in months.
How odd. A stranger in the stacks of the Great Library. Clearly not a Mitharan, and not one who has ever crossed our floors before. Tell me, what brings you to Crownhold? And are you friend or foe? If this is trespassing, I will call for the preordained. Unless you give me one good reason why I shouldn't. The city has fallen, but cities and kingdoms fall frequently. However, it pains me to see my fellow citizens underfoot. Collaboration is not surrender. I only wish the Mitharans believed that. It would spare them much unnecessary suffering. Both Fomris and Ivan are brilliant scholars in their own right, and for a time I called them close friends. I have not seen either of them in many years. I can only imagine what great discoveries they have made in that time. If it's not one ruling faction, it's another. The preordained are merely men and women with strong beliefs, like any occupying army. It's a mistake to see them as the enemy. One should simply consider them misguided. The Scholia Arcana sent me to train with the Mitharan mystics, a knowledge exchange, wisdom for wisdom. They placed me under that fool, curator Wyn Ashman. She treated me like a witless peasant. She got what was coming to her. Ivan Hughes. That's a name I haven't heard in many years. And you say he is here in Mithros. Fascinating. I spent many moons with him and his brother in this very library. He had a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for answers. I am Savant Goyen Reen of the Scholia Arcana and the Great Library of Crownhold. Any friend of Hughes is a friend of mine. I will take the notes and I will archive them with the treasures in the stacks. They will be safe. And give Master Hughes my very best. Give Ivan my best.
Our paths cross once again, Fateless One. I have been busy since we last spoke. Needy souls from across Mithros have come to Gale Crossing, seeking my banner. Seeking you. And I have been giving another message. The location of the unbound path. The road set before all who wish to remake our common destiny. In the beginning, the mortal races worshipped 6 great deities, the 6 patrons. But some worshippers rebelled, searching for a new path. They believed that a chosen one, a savior, would come to show them a new way. A way unbound from the patron gods. My grandmother used to sing me the old song of her people, a lullaby. Its lyrics spoke of this unbound path. And I believe this lullaby will lead me somewhere important, though the journey will be fraught with dangers. We believe that the disintegration of the tapestry of fate does not spell doom. Not for everyone. There will be a reckoning. The weave will collapse, but chaos will not reign. A savior will come who will rewrite the weave, who will purge its sins and mistakes, and remake it anew. I believe that savior is you, Fateless One. We all do. We remain by your side so that we may be part of the coming restoration. As I knew you would be. We are truly linked. You too seek the unbound path, even if you do not realize it yet. Meet me at the entrance to 3 Winds Crutch. It is outside the village, not far. Farewell, Your Grace.
Greetings, Outlander.
You have finally arrived. Excellent. We have so much to do. I believe that the words of my grandmother's lullaby originate in this place, near where the mithroliths stand. How else would that explain the references to the unbound path? Come, watch for threats as I follow the lullaby's clues. Our paths will cross again. Let me see. Where 3 winds meet, a 4th is found. The junction at 3 Winds Crutch. I wonder. Our paths will cross again. by the cliff and a cracked monolith. It's not simply the words. Something in the very air draws me closer. Farewell, Your Grace. Come. This is it. I can feel the pull from the cavern's depths. There is something waiting for us behind that door. If only we could proceed. Farewell, Your Grace. Come. I've been here before. In my dreams. Our paths will cross. Can you hear it? Praise be. It's all here, just as it appeared in my visions. Don't you see? It's the Black Odeon. It was a church to the unbound, all those who chose to walk their path. And we will remake it. Don't you see? This place, this book, our meeting, all of it is tied to the prophecies of the unbound. They are returning. We are returning. We have rediscovered the unbound path. I must gather the others. Be well.
I'm intrigued by the stories of the Crosswoman. She gathers followers, speaks of the Fateless One. I must learn more. I am a master geologist and the former director of sediment development at Motus Mining Operations. As business waned in Detir, I chose to devote my time exclusively to my study of rare stones and relics. The necklace itself is unremarkable, but I have questions about the pendant, an unknown variant of sylvanite. Crude runes. It may very well be that the pendant is a sister to the Mitharan's standing stones, dating back to the early emergence. How does this sound? Mithroliths. These standing stones are unique in all of Amalur, and I plan to coin that name. I dare say that the Mithroliths are artifacts of the Deep Gloam, evidence of Mitharu's first attempts to give order to a disorderly world. Goyen is a moody, passionate man, one who finds research painfully slow. But he is bright and curious, and his work speaks for itself. I'm sure his time alone in Crownhold has done him good. Nothing quickens maturity like years of solitude. And books. Young Wolf, yes, smart lad, quite curious, if I recall. I met his master, the great blacksmith, once, back when we were much younger souls. Wolf was fascinated by my work in the history of this region, especially by the stories of unstable chaos energy. Smart lad. So many questions. Bye then.
Beware the night bar guest.
Grace. Do you see this? Do you see what has happened? All of these people, they are here for you, the Fateless One. We call ourselves the Unbound, after those who came before, and we look to you for guidance and protection. Be well, Your Grace.
Please, if it's all right, I would love to ask a favor of you. It has been weighing on my soul for some time. Farewell. Please, if it's all... I've never followed any religion or sect. My family raised us devout order of Mitharu, but the will of your parents rarely sticks. I've been searching for something. Anything ever since. And then, Lyanna came to our village preaching a new path. I would like your blessing, Fateless One. All my life I've lacked a sense of purpose, a path of my own. Only you can grant me this clarity. Will you do that for me? Will you judge my faith and find me worthy? No, don't speak. I can already feel it. Simply being in your presence fills me with a benevolent glow. Thank you, Fateless One. Fate, watch over us.
I'm not looking for trouble. I'm trying to better myself, to find a purpose. I believe in strength, will. And if you're really this Fateless One, you'll prove it. Right? You probably know more than I do, honestly. I'm still learning everything Lyanna's trying to teach, and it isn't easy. I've survived more battles than I can count, mostly because I was drunk. But I'm a fighter, a warrior. If you can knock me down in a fair fight, then I'll believe what you say. You'll have earned my respect. How does that sound? See you around. We've got trouble.